Hey, y'all, and welcome to day 42 of the third annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage and the longest running poker space. I'm Sherry Pluskota, aka Peaches, and I'll be your host. And I'm joined by one of my co-hosts thus far, Isaac, or otherwise known as Asimov. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Cher. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. I guess I'm trying to catch a little something. Um, and it wouldn't surprise me if I did, but my allergies are kind of acting up since I've been back home in Vegas, in Georgia. So I really think it's more my allergies than anything. And yeah, that was a Freudian slip, wasn't it?
It's okay. It's okay. I feel you.
Oh Lordy! And welcome, Exec Deck. How are you doing?
Good morning, Sherry. I'm doing good. Doing good. Just walking down to get some breakfast here at South Point and gearing up for some more poker today. How you doing?
Uh,
You sound kind of like I
yeah,
feel.
yeah. Actually kind of surprised when I started talking because everybody's gone today, so I haven't spoken to anyone. And so when I started talking, I was like, oh, I actually have a frog in my throat this morning. How'd you end up yesterday? You were doing really well.
I was doing really well and ran into a couple bad hands and one at the end. I felt the guy was on a draw. He kept pushing me at ace queen. I had pocket tens, and I felt he was on a draw. I felt he had ace king or ace queen. The flop came out 2-9-2, and I shoved. He called, and he ended up catching a flush.
Oh,
So
I,
yeah, that was the end of my tournament. I made it to like I think level 14. I was like 1,000 out of 2,500 and change, something like that.
what
So
remind us
it's
of
fun.
what tournament that was?
That was the $600 ultra deep stack no limit hold'em World Series bracelet event.
Right on. Well, you had a good run, that's for sure.
Yeah, I felt like it did. I was happy with my play. I just ran into some, you know, stuff that doesn't work my way.
I
The
hear
way it
ya.
goes.
Got to win those flips.
Yeah. I was in probably all in 12 times or so, and won them all.
Good for you.
So except for the last
Except
one,
for
which
that
is
last
usually
one.
the key one,
Damn
isn't
it. Works every time but the last time, as they say.
it?
Damn it.
Right. No, it's fun though. I'd definitely play it again. It was a 60,000 chip starting stack, so it was deep stack,
Right.
which I'd like to be patient sometimes, and that definitely lends to that. So
Awesome.
it's good though. We're gearing up for the South Point Summer Series 200K guarantee at 10 a.m. So that should be good. I think Asimov's going to come over and join me with Mac and Reaper, so it should be
Awesome.
good. Wish us some luck.
Yeah, definitely wishing you some luck. And as long as you brought it up, that's a $300 buy in. This is the last of their summer series, and it is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will be their flights. Day one, A, B, C, D, E, and F, two per day, 10 a.m. and 6:10 p.m. And then on Thursday will be their day two of that event, which will start at 2:10 p.m. on Thursday. Like we said, it was a $200,000 guarantee, $300 buy in. That's the South Point closer. So just so everybody knows what's going on at South Point. Isaac, how did you do yesterday?
I suffered. I
Uh oh.
raged. I no, I I'm just clouding. No, it was let's see. I got into the 6 p.m. and it was a 180 entry. It was $50 bounties. I think it was a 20K guarantee yesterday. And I love the format, no lie.
Right.
Was running pretty good until and this is what's great, right? I get ace king suited. Board comes ace king 10, right? And the ace king on the flop was suited as well, clubs. And then a let me see, what was it? A nine of let me see, a nine of clubs, and then a three of clubs, and my two pair gets cracked by a guy who he was acting like it was his first time playing poker, who had a two of clubs.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh
Oh God.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Oh God.
So what
Oh
felt like
God.
what felt like an easy automatic double up turned into me having like 6K left in my stack.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I played it until
Oh,
I had Queen King suited, and then jammed. Let's see, I was on the cutoff, and sure enough, under the gun one flips over Ace King off. Ace comes on the flop. That's all she wrote. It was one of those. I mean,
oh.
you can only play it as good as you can play it, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right. Right.
took
Absolutely.
some
Well, good
time after
try.
that, and it was pretty cool because me, Exec Deck, and Mac, we were all like, first like, damn, what do we do? Damn, what do we do? And then we went to one of those center bars, kind of over by the pit,
Yeah.
at South Point, and we started playing, fucking video poker. The next thing you know, Exec Deck goes on like this legendary run on blackjack, right?
Nice.
And then Mac does pretty good to us some slots for a bit, and then I start playing blackjack with Exec Deck's assistants, like on some certain moves or whatever, and we just hung out. They made some really good pina coladas at the bar, and
Nice.
and we started tossing those back, hung out, waited for Reap. Reap went the deepest out of all of us in that tournament yesterday,
Oh,
and I
Reap.
think he finished. Uh, I want to say somewhere around under 10 away from the money, unfortunately. Which for Reapy, that's two really solid deep runs. The day before, I think he made it to like five away from the money, which was heartbreaking. But hey, again, all we can do is keep taking shots.
Right on. Good runs. Good runs, you guys. And good luck today in that South Point 200K guarantee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Actually, I got to
You
wake
bet.
people up if we're gonna make it. So,
Probably would be a good idea. Um, do you have the tournaments around town or do you want me to do them?
I have the ones that I have here. Let me grab them.
All right, go right ahead. While you do that, I'll start with my list. Over at the Win today at 12 o'clock is the Mystery Bounty Flight 1C. It's a $1,600 buy in, $2 million guarantee. Over at the Venetian at 11:10 is a no limit bounty, $1,100 buy in, 250K guarantee. Over at the Ari at 11 is a PLO tournament, $1,100 buy in, $200,000 guarantee. At 1500 hours at the Poker Go Studio is a no limit tournament, $15,700 buy in, and I'm sure that 700 will fall off if you get there early and get registered to play. They give a discount. So that's over at the Poker Go Studio. Over at the MGM at 10 o'clock is their no limit tournament, $400 buy in, 40K guarantee. At 1800 hours is their $286 buy in, 10K guarantee. And at 2100 hours is their $150 buy in, 5K guarantee. Over at the Orleans at noon is main event day two. At 12 o'clock, at 1400 hours is their no limit $300 buy in, 100K guarantee. And at 1800 hours is their big O $240 buy in, 10K guarantee. And at 2200 hours is their no limit survivor, $125 buy in, $1,500 guarantee. Go ahead, Isaac.
Okay, ooh, it was glitching there for a second. All right. So let's start off at Westgate, Las Vegas. They have their 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. $45 buy-in no limit hold'em tournaments. They have their 7 p.m. $65 buy-in no limit hold'em tournaments. At 9 p.m., they have their $60 buy-in no limit hold'em tournament as well. Additionally, they have their 3 p.m. Lazy Pineapple. Let me see. Moving over to Planet Hollywood. They have their four daily No Limit Hold'em tournaments at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. Each tournament is a $100 buy-in and offers a starting stack of 20K chips. Over at Red Rock, they host their daily No Limit Hold'em tournament at 10:35 a.m. The buy-ins vary by day. Monday through Thursday, that's $125. Friday to Sunday, it is $150. to enter, and each tournament offers a starting stack of 25K chips. Over at Caesars, they have their 10 a.m. $120 buy-in, 15K starting stack, and 20-minute levels with a $1,000 guarantee. At 2 p.m., they have their $160 buy-in with the 20K starting stack and 20-minute levels and 2K guarantee. At 6 p.m., they have their $120 buy-in, 15K starting stack, 20-minute level, 1K guarantee. And at 9 p.m., they have their $160 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels, a 2K guarantee. And all of these tournaments have a $50 add-on as well. Over at Resorts World, they have their 1205 $200 no limit, 25K starting stack, 30-minute levels, and 3K guarantee. At 705, they have their $200 no limit, 25K starting stack, 30-minute level, 3K guarantee as well. And finally, over at Mandalay Bay, they have their $60 no limit hold'em at 8 p.m. with a 10K starting stack, 15-minute levels, and no guarantee. And I have heard from around the way from a couple people that that's actually a really good tournament that has a pretty soft field. So, depending on how all goes today, might end up at Mandalay Bay later.
All right. All right. Thank you for that update. And I was trying to do a whoop whoop when you said the pineapple tournament and nothing came out, but that's because obviously something's going on with my voice box today. It was quite funny. I had to laugh at myself. Let's welcome another co host. Hey, Karen.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. Just going through hundreds of emails.
Lucky you. I guess that's why you get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, I got a stack of regular mail too.
Oh, I haven't even tackled that. I've been gone 2 months, and my husband stacks it. Very rarely will he open any of it. And thank God all my bills are done electronically. Otherwise, I'd be in a heap of trouble looking at this stack. So most of it is junk mail, but you still got to look at it because you just never know what could be mixed in there, right? It's
Totally.
annoying. That's annoying as hell. I'm like, can't you just at least throw away the flyer papers? Like, they don't need to sit on my table for too much. Just the flyer papers with the magazines, like like sale magazines. Like, it's okay to throw those away. No, no, no. Okay, whatever. It's actually quite comical. Okay, I've been trying to remember to tell everybody this for 2 weeks probably now. Uh, since Coach P was with me in Vegas, we actually tried to do that Rigby thermostat hack that he made a video and posted on his Twitter account. A hack about, do this certain, um, sorry, I have a hair in my mouth, a certain combination of buttons on your thermostat, and you'll be able to lower the temperature in your hotel room because they have these stupid eco-friendly thermostats that lock you into stupid 68, 69 degrees. And I'm sorry, but in Vegas that's hot. The air doesn't keep up very well when you have it that high, in my opinion. When it turns back on, it's already so hot in your room. So anyway, the hack didn't work. The hack did not work, just for those that were curious. Over at Venetian, starting July 11th through the 17th, uh, will be the 5K WPT Championship with a $4 million guarantee. Again, that's at the Venetian, July 11th through the 17th. If anybody's still in town at that time, you can check it out. Now, I wanted to go over something. Um, as many of you guys know, that I've been involved with sports many years, and even in college sports, professional sports, junior sports, in some capacity or another. Sometimes coaching, sometimes managing, sometimes just a spectator. And one of the things when I coached, I would say to my players or player, You cannot put negative pressure on yourself. And they would look at me like, Coach, what the hell does that mean, right? What is negative pressure? When you start thinking about, oh my gosh, I have to play the number one seed the next round, or I'm on target to play the number one seed. So, like, why worry about that? Number one seeds lose just as well as they win. And guess what? You win and you lose. And they're playing on the same court as you are. So why be worried about that? Why put the negative pressure on yourself by being worried about someone else instead of focusing on your own game? Another thing, if I win this match, my ranking will skyrocket. That's a negative pressure. That is that thinking those things before going into a match is not helping you play better. It's distracting you from playing better. You're worried about the wrong things. You should be focused on footwork, racket speed. Is my equipment ready? Are my shoes okay? Do I need new shoes for this match? Um, you know, do I have clean clothes for this match? Do I have an extra set of those are the things you should be focused on, not whether or not I'm going to get points from winning this round. That's what you look at after the match, not before the match. Other negative pressures that one could put on themselves. Say in the tennis world, oh, I have to play with this doubles partner. She didn't do good the last time we played together. Why even waste your time thinking about those things? That's a negative pressure. What happened in that last match has nothing to do with this match. So I thought about that and I thought, and that's, let me go back. I apply a lot of what I've learned through the years in the sports world to my poker life and always have. Easy way to look at that is rest well, make sure you're eating right, make sure you're hydrating. Those are all things that with me from the sporting world that applied in my poker life. There are other things I'm sure anybody can think of that correlate. I saw a post from Blaze the other day, and it got me to thinking that sometimes when we play the main event, and I haven't had the privilege yet, and one day I probably will. I can't say it like it's a lifetime goal or a must for me, but one day I see myself playing it. Um, and Blaze put up a list of chip stack sizes at the end of day one for people that actually have won the main event. And I thought that this was one of those positives that we should look at because we're so caught up with the what ifs and the who's at my table and what's my chip stack in comparison to theirs, and what I say are all negative pressure. Why? It's negative talk. You're talking negatively in your own mind, whether you realize it or not, that is negative. That's not helping your game. It's not helping your game plan. Actually has nothing to do with winning the main event. It's a distraction. And so I wanted to read these numbers out for perspective for all of us. Because we think that when we play day one, not all of us, some of us think that, or maybe none of us in this space, but that somehow we have to have this magical number of chips going into day two or we don't stand a chance. And so when I saw this list, I was like, oh, this is a good lesson for all of us to learn from this list of chip stacks. And so in 2024, Jonathan Tomeo finished day one with a chip stack of 60,000 in chips. In 2023, Daniel Wyman finished day one with 80,000 in chips. In 2022, Espen Jorzat, I think that's how you say it, finished day one with 17,600 in chips. In 2021, Corey Eldemir finished day one of the main event with 34,700 in chips. In 2019, Hossein Insane, I think, Ensan, finished day one with 180,000 in chips. In 2018, John Sin finished day one with 133,000 in chips. I find those numbers very educating, that this should help us all gain perspective and realize that it truly is a chip in a chair. There was an event the other day, and I don't know if I have it in these notes or my notes from yesterday, that the gentleman went into the heads up part of a tournament at the WSOP for a bracelet the other day with one big blind, one chip. No, it was one chip, I think. It was either one big blind or one chip. I think it was one chip. And came out of that heads up match the winner. Perspective. He had a chip and a chair, whether it was one blind or one chip, a chip and a chair. Everybody stands a chance, and we have to keep our minds open and not feed ourselves negatives. Stay positive. Don't think about others and what they're doing or not doing. Stop with the negative pressure on ourselves. I'm going to go over this list again, and I'm going to tell you those same people and what their chip stack size was at the end of day two, the year they won the WSOP. 2024, Jonathan Tamayo at the end of day two had 272,500 in chips. 2023, Daniel Weinman had 362K. 2022, Espen Jordzat had 463,500 chips. That day he started with 17,600 in chips. 2021, Corey Eldemir had 73,300 chips at the end of day two. In 2019, Hussein Essen had 209,000, which was more than the 180,000 he started the day with. John Sin in 2018 started that day with 133K and finished with 138,900 in chips. So we can all do it. We can all do it. We can all do it. But focus on the positive. Focus on the things that are going to get you in the winner's circle. Don't hold yourself back with negative thoughts about this wasn't this or this should be that, or they've got more than me, or I have less than them, or I have more than them and they have less. None of that crap matters. What matters is, am I eating? Have I had enough protein? Okay, we have 4 more levels. Okay, I need to be stealing blinds or whatever's in the moment. This is a perfect place for me to steal blinds. Or do I want to risk any chips right now when I'm thinking of the ICM ramifications? That's what we need to be focused on. So, just a little perspective this morning. I hope it made sense and I hope it helps. Go ahead, Executive.
That definitely helps. I appreciate you saying that. That is something that creeps in my head for sure, honestly, all the time. And especially yesterday as that pot grew and grew to like 1.4 something million, and I was just like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be awesome? And you're right. It's whether I know it or not, it's negative thoughts. And one thing I keep watching, just to add to your point, was Jonathan Tamayo went into the last final table, the last in chips.
The last in chips and came out the winner. And came out the winner. Anything is possible. Anything is possible if you let it be.
Yes. Sorry, I got a phone call there, but yeah, he was last in chips and won it. So great perspective, great points. Thank you, Sherry. That helps.
You're absolutely welcome. Oh, here it is. Giuseppe Zarbo had one. I looked up my notes. Had one big blind going into heads up of event number 80, and he won it for 504,000. He had one big blind going into heads up. It's crazy. Think about that, people. Did he have time to be negative at that point? No. He just had to focus on what was going on right in front of him. A miracle. Crazy. Like, that's insane. Okay, I'm going to get off that soapbox, so to speak. I hope that helped somebody, for sure. Um,
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely, it does. It's one of those things that you always have to try to keep yourself reminded of.
yeah, like we get inside our own heads. And, you know, a lot of times it's with nonsense that doesn't fucking matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Stay focused on the goal. Stay focused on what your goal is. Stay focused in the moment. In the moment. I mean, I can tell you myself that in the past, I was not in the moment and it cost me. Why? Because I'm not making a good decision if I'm not focused on what's going on in front of me at that moment. You're never going to make a good decision, ever. I'm going to bring Fats up. You've been waiting so patiently. Hey, Fats. How you doing, buddy?
Good. That was a great talk. There are a couple points that I want to add to that real quick. One, I learned something very important here that I never quite, I guess, got the concept of. But in order to win, you have to actually get through day one. So, second, when it comes to the talking negative about yourself, it's okay to do that if you say it within earshot of the person that you're saying that to, because then you get them overconfident and then you can snag them later. And my third point was, when it comes to you're never out of it and being able to come from behind, we learned that this year when we already had a final table where one guy had 90% of the chips and the other guy had 10%, and the guy with 10% came back and won. So that's that's all I got to say there. We're just driving back from Detroit back to Grand Rapids now, getting our air in the tires. So
Well, I'm going to tell you, Fats, congratulations on getting out to that backgammon tournament and doing so well. And it looked like you were having a blast.
I definitely had a blast. There was the bottom line, I probably cashed for about 1,200 hours, but I probably had about 600 to 700 in entry fees, and then after the hotel bill, I still lost, but it was a great vacation, and I got back into the game, which I hadn't really played much for the last 7 years, and it felt really good. So,
I love that.
and I saw some people I hadn't seen in a while.
I think that's magnificent. I love that you went and you had such a great time and you guys did well in doubles. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the winner of event number 84, I don't even know how to say his first name. It's Zdenek, Zizkek. Um, he took that event down and he's number 2 in the world in backgammon, Fats.
Yeah, I heard that. I wasn't familiar with the name because I haven't really been going to the tournaments like I used to go to the one in Vegas. They had two a year,
Right.
and the people would come in from all over the place, and so that was, I would I would know a lot of the names, but I'm not that familiar with them anymore. There was one I posted this one story though. This event that I went to, um, the first year I went in here, I was only here one other time. in 2014. And they have a tournament for anybody who's new to that tournament. They give you a free roll tournament sponsored by a backgammon pro named Frank Talbot. And you get a trophy if you win called the Frank Talbot Newcomers Trophy.
Nice.
So I played in it that year and I won. And the lady I beat in the finals, her name was Akiko Yazawa. And a month later, she went to the World Backgammon Championships in Monte Carlo, won the World Championship, and then repeated as World Champion again in 2018. And I've always said about that anybody can go to Monte Carlo and win the World Backgammon Championship, but you'll never be able to own a Frank Talbot Newcomer Trophy.
Right on.
So, and I had my trophy with me when I went, and I took a picture with Frank Talbot with it, and
that's awesome. That's
so
so
that was
cool.
another fun part of the trip.
Hell yeah. That is so cool. Good for you, Fats. I love that so much. And thanks for sharing your road to the backgammon world with us over the last week. It's definitely been fun to follow, and I'm so happy you guys did well.
Also, there's a couple, I put a tweet out yesterday. There's a couple I met named Briley and Jason who run a YouTube channel called Blunderblots. And it's a backgammon themed channel, and it's focused towards getting people enthusiastic about the game and introducing newer people and discussing various things and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I tweeted it out. And if anybody's getting the itch for backgammon, it might be a good place to start and look at what kind of content they have. I put Turboholtz on the case because he was starting to play a lot because of me playing. So
awesome.
He's going to check it out and give me a review.
I love that. Love that. Tell us the name of that site again, or YouTube channel.
I'll post it. I'll post it up in the Jumbotron.
Perfect. Perfect. That's the kind of stuff I want you to post in my Jumbotron. For the record.
Well, I'm still getting accused of being a vandal.
Look,
and it's not me.
I don't want to hear any of that shit. Don't bring it over here.
All right, but shout out to the mustache in the audience.
Not about that shit. You keep that off my space, dude. But I do want to give many thanks to my sponsor, Elevator Results. If you need a tailor-made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Also, you could find the recordings of my past spaces, which I've been catching up on the last 2 days, including the meetup game is now up there. Find them on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe; it's free of charge. Trying to build that community as well. Also, be reminded that we always try to give the most accurate and updated information, but we make mistakes. So please double check any information we provide to ensure yourself the best experience possible. And let us know if we make a mistake so we can get it corrected for everybody. Appreciate that, folks. And thanks for posting that. So if anybody wants to get their backgammon back on or start playing for the first time, that YouTube channel would probably be a fun place to start.
And we may have an upcoming match between me and Kessler and backgammon if we're going to see if we can figure out a way to do it where people can watch the match and do it online. So
that would be fun. Maybe when you're there for Bet Bash, he'll be in town. You guys can do it in a live space.
No, he's not going to be. He's going to be. I think he's going to Korea or something.
Oh, okay. Well,
and he thinks he's going to find good Italian food there. I told him he's getting.
What is that for him? A bowl of noodles with some butter on it? I mean,
well, no, it's going to end up being egg noodles and ketchup.
See, there you go. I was close. I do want to go over the other day or last week, whenever it was. I guess it's been about a week ago. I did a interview with the guys from the Green Visor game Isaac and Mac, and Reaper was our photographer over at the poker.org Legends Lounge. Great time. Two things. I'm going to put out a little challenge to the Green Visor gang this today. I'm going to put out a tweet challenging them because, first of all, I don't know. I think they have like 7,000 followers on Twitter, and only 33 have watched that video. Come on, people. Support your guys, watch the video, support me as well. But more importantly, everybody in that Green Visor gang should be listening to that interview to get a wealth of information, some of which you probably know and some you may not know, upcoming stuff or not. So, anyway, I'm challenging you, Green Visor Gang, to watch that video and support that video for our guys for sure. Um, we did that. We did that video. I guess it's a week or so ago, and during that time, we did some drawings for some prizes left over from the meetup game. And of course, we had some t shirts thanks to Dana from Raver and Ryan Feldman and the Hustler Casino live show. They sent me some of their $1,000,000 game t shirts to give away. So we drew for those in that space as well. So I'm going to tell everybody who won what. We had t shirts to give away, a Green Visor Gang Phase 4 pass that Mac and Isaac changed into 2 passes. So we ended up giving away 3, one the day of the meetup game and 2 during this drawing. So thank you for them for adding another one. And then a challenge coin from True Grit True Grit Survival, which is a training um, company that trains firefighters in some elite training. And if you've not seen that challenge coin, it's pretty cool. And most people that have been winning them have been using them as card markers. So anyway, we gave one of those away as well in memory of those lost firefighters in Idaho a week or so ago. So let me give you the winners. Patricia won a Hustler t-shirt. Michael C. won a Hustler t-shirt. Ben, Karen's husband, won a Hustler t-shirt. Ruben and Karen both won a Green Visor Gang Phase 4 pass. So, Karen, you got to get with Isaac about that because that's your second one, I might add. So, lucky you. And then Teresa, who I've got to figure out her last name, won the challenge coin. I got to make a post on Facebook because I think she found me through Facebook. And for the life of me, I don't know her last name. I know, big surprise. But anyway, I'm going to get those shirts and challenge coin out in the mail. And Isaac is going to reach out to Karen and Ruben about those Phase 4 passes with the Green Visor Gang. So thank you guys. Appreciate those donations. And I'm sure our winners are excited about them too. So, Karen, what do you think about that, ma'am?
Well, it's exciting. I love to win stuff.
It's so fun. I don't care what they're giving away. If you win it, it's so fun. I don't care where you're at. If you win something, you know you're excited.
Totally.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Uh, and you know what I noticed? I was listening to a space a recording the other day because I try to put little notes on my YouTube channel with each recording of what we talked about that day. And sometimes I write notes as I'm doing the space. And, sometimes I'm busy and I'm not. And so there was a space I didn't have any notes. So I needed to listen to, like, skip through it to see what we talked about that day. And if I say I love that, I love it so much. One more fucking time, I'm going to have to forbid my vocabulary or something. I think I said it, and I was skipping through it, and I swear to God, every time I stopped, I was saying, I love it. Oh my God, I love that. Anyway, got to make fun of myself. All right, Karen, have anything you'd like to bring up?
No, I'm just getting back to my normal life.
How'd you do last night? You went and played poker.
Yeah, I didn't make the final table, but I made the final two. So I played till about 10:30. It was fun. Yeah.
Nice. Very good. I'm going to let you know about tomorrow when I get done here. I'm going to see if I can get my nail appointment together.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Isaac, anything you'd like to bring up before I continue on?
Just want to send some run good to DMC. Hope he's doing well.
Yes, sir. Good luck, DMC.
And yeah, and besides that, just much love to everybody. We will see y'all tomorrow.
All
If we
right.
don't see y'all sooner.
Well, I'm not quite logging off. I'm just taking a little break to make sure nobody wants to bring up anything yet. But go ahead. If you need to go, go ahead.
I'm still trying to figure it out, honestly, because I'm the only one awake right now. So I might have to like throw water on some people.
Uh-oh. He's going to do the camp counselor trick, throw some cold water on the faces.
And then probably get chased.
All right. But we want to see it on video or it didn't happen.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try.
Hey DMC, welcome.
Hey there.
How are you?
Uh, I'm good. I gotta do a sound check. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Tell us
Yeah,
how your main
just getting
event's
ready.
going so far.
Um, it's it was a different day one than my previous two. Like, I bagged 107 and 91 the last two times. This time, however, um, I just went through like level 2 5 with just the weirdest setup for um, the spots that you'll normally get in the game, where it just never came up that I had like uh, bets go through that I'm supposed to make. Like I just didn't quite have the hands that were able to defend against raises easily without really going out over the line in terms of the the variance I'd be taking on. And I ended up with a Brazilian who had 270K in the middle 11 level 3 to my immediate left, and so he was re-raising almost everything that I entered, and
Right.
I was doing it again with hands that I can open with, but are going to be really hard to defend with out of position, or even four bet with, or five bet in some cases, because I was also three betting a lot, which I normally do. So it was sort of handcuffed day one, and I ended up having to make um, a really big fold at the near halfway point of level 5. So we're near bagging at that point. I lose a third of my stack on the river against quads to a player that was I was inducing with a check on the river. He bets like 3x pot and I snap. He actually has quad aces on a
Oh,
hand that I had a
so
yeah I had like the nut full house basically, and
oh,
then the following hand I have king queen on a queen high board that I get check raised all in by an under the gun player. And so I tank and fold to what was 14 big blinds remaining. So I folded down to 8,300 with about 70 minutes left, and I knew what was going to happen if I called here. Like it was a classic, like, hey, I have a good hand and I'm going to bust the main event here type spot. So I thought long and hard about it and knew exactly what I was going to see if I put the chips in. So I folded that, and then got like a ace deuce suited on the next hand on the cutoff and shoved all in, got through. Then I get aces for the first time the entire day. I hadn't had a pocket pair above eights at that point. I get aces under the gun that same round and just went all in instead of a normal open. And the Brazilian called me and doubled me up.
nice.
So that was huge. Like it meant that that fold that I made uh, paid off either
Right.
way, in that I was able to, get a higher stack than I would have a couple hands later. So I ended up like getting up to 28K at one point, and then bagged 23 23.5, which is about 30 bigs heading into day two. So it was survival. Like they're not kidding about that part. I just had never had to actually deal with like true survival on day one before. But I'm glad that I got to, because I also, in my previous two main events that I've ever played, I haven't cashed yet. So like maybe I don't need the day, maybe the day one with a lot less chips is actually going to be the time for me to fucking do something in this thing. But I'm excited, like for sure. 2 hour levels helps with that stack size, and I got a decent table draw. So
Right.
my entire table today, um, no one has 100K in chips except for a British player who's actually seated to my immediate left again. But in this case, like it's not going to be the same dynamic by any means. So my stack is a threat for sure to basically everyone that isn't this dude.
Right.
And so even he can't call super light. Like you're not just like getting in against 30 big blind stacks when you have um, 200K at this point. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'm excited to still be alive.
That's awesome. Tell me again what your chip stack size is.
Uh, 23.5K, which coming into 400, 400, 800. So
Nice.
like literally, like, yeah, 29 and a half bigs. And honestly, my my like comfort zone is right around that stack size, which isn't great for the main. Like in the main, you got to know how to handle a 100+ big blind stack as well as anybody. Like
Right.
that's how you actually win this thing is knowing deep stack poker through and through, which I do understand and have played plenty of. But really, uh, that 30 big blind range, I should be as competent with that stack as anyone at the table. Like I already know that that's the case. Like I will not get outplayed with that particular stack size, which is nice. But it's an easy stack size to play. You're getting in a lot on uh, flops and pre-flop, so the decisions are much more simplified. And
Right.
um, and yeah, like I do feel really good about today. Um, and it was just insane what I actually experienced in day one. It was first of its kind for me personally.
Maybe there's some lessons in there somewhere, huh, DMC? Some lessons in there somewhere. I love it.
Yeah, like I was watching a bunch of the old episodes, and like I was paying attention to some of the best players, and how they kind of view it, and it really doesn't matter what you bag as long as it's a manageable stack.
Right.
And 30 bigs is manageable compared to, what could be like an 8 big blind stack or whatever. Like
Right.
there's some stacks where you have to let the cards decide, and it's just completely up to uh, the hands you get.
Right.
Where 30 gives you some patience. It gives you some leverage. It lets you have some fold equity. So you get a lot more options in terms of the strategic route that you can take against the opponents. So I'll be doing all of those as necessary. But obviously, we're looking for some sort of big spot fairly early on, because 30 turns into 20 quickly in a big blind ante format. So
Right.
we're trying to avoid like sub 15 bigs. Like if I can keep it, within that 30 to 20 range for however long it takes, it's striking distance. No matter what the point of day two is.
I love that. I think there's definitely lessons to be learned for all of us from what DMC is saying for sure. And wish you well in day two. What's your table number?
405 blue. So I'm in horseshoe again, and I got Jackie Burkhart to my immediate right,
Nice.
who's like the like kind of known,
Yeah.
like poker Twitter player
Yep.
at the table.
She used to hang out
But
with us here in Spaces. Many of us know her.
cool. Yeah, like I definitely like her personality and stuff. And yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a big day for me. So I'm here to win. So first step is having chips still, so I've at least accomplished that.
Right on. On to day 2. 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just gotta not give up. I noticed a lot of that. It was crazy how players would get down to like 40,000, which is a ton of bigs in day one,
Yeah,
but
that is.
they would make these give up plays where they're shoving hands that like it shows that they're clearly stressed about being like below starting stack or being below average, but this is the event where the pressure isn't on you in that regard. We've seen players do it plenty of times. Like a bunch of these main event winners had sub 10 big blind stacks at certain points of the tournament.
Well,
And
and I know you weren't in here when I kind of was giving a little perspective earlier, and I did just that. I read, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 past main event winners, day 1 chip stack sizes, and then their day 2 chip stack sizes. And a prime example of what you're talking about was Espen. He had 17,600 in chips after the first day. Um, and so I did talk about that a little bit ago, that we have to have perspective and don't get inside our own heads about what we think or don't think. Like, stay in the moment and play poker.
yeah, exactly. I think Corey Aldemir, I think is his name. He had 38K
He had
at the
34,
start of day
yeah,
two.
he had 34,700 after day 1 and
Yeah,
73,300 after day 2 at
yeah.
the end of
That
day
I mean,
2.
it makes sense.
So,
Like it's just like that. So
yeah,
I mean, we'll add my name to that
absolutely.
list. We'll add my name to that list so people next year can look at that, and be like, hey, Derek Conley had only 29 bigs coming into day two, so my stack's fine. So, that's the
And I'm
goal.
going to tell you, in 2019, I was playing the WSOP ladies event, 100, no, $1,000 buy-in. And I got crippled on day 1 when my flop set of aces got beat by runner, runner, flush. And I got crippled big time day 1. And I battled. And that was in probably the first 2 hours of day 1. And I battled all day with this short stack. And I made it to day 2 with, I think it was 11,500 in chips, which was like 10th from the bottom of chip stack sizes, 10th from the bottom. And there were 200 and say 40 or 50 of us left. And we had to get down to like 100 and somewhere around 130 to get in the money. Maybe it was 125. I really don't remember. Anyway, and I had show up to the table with this little stack. And I have pictures of it. It was so, I just had to laugh. First of all, I was just happy to make it to day 2, right? I was extremely happy after the day I had the day before of literally grinding this short nub of chips all fucking day long. I was just happy I made it to day 2. And I show up and I sit down and I'm trying to stay out of my own head, of course, and doing some breathing exercises, whatever. And Katie Lindsay, who I didn't know at the time, sits down next to me with like 300. She had this mountain of chips that she stacked up like a wall against the rail. 300,000, 280. I don't remember exactly, thousand, 300,000 in chips, this big mountain. And then you saw my little chip stack of 11,500 sitting next to it. I just took in the moment and laughed. I was like, of course, I have one of the chip leaders of the event sitting to my immediate left, right? And I'm going to tell you something. I made it through another 4 or 5 hours that day. Uh, and it may have been 6. I don't even remember. I made it through many and I made it to 91. I made it to 91st, top 10% of the field and cashed. And I definitely made it further than I ever dreamt I would on day 2 with that nub of a stub. But it worked out. And every time I went all in, guess what? I won the flip and it worked out. So you just never know.
Yeah, I need that energy uh for today. Can you hear me? It's a rough
Yes.
connection, so it's
Yep.
really good.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
I could
Yeah,
hear
no,
you.
I mean, I would take winning all my flips. Like that would be a decent stack size probably at the end of the day. But
Right on.
you're not all in a ton in this thing. Like I got all in once, and it was with those aces. So like it was it was interesting how that worked. I only had like 7 showdowns the whole day because the action was there was so much re-raising, raising and re-raising that none of us were really showing down many hands. So it's a really interesting tournament in that regard as far as the earlier days. Like
Right.
we'll see plenty we'll see plenty today. You know, today like there will be tons of showdowns just because of the nature of the stack depth. But yeah, yesterday was interesting, or 2 days ago was interesting in that regard, where um, like just there aren't a ton of showdowns because people are putting so much pressure on earlier streaks.
Right.
Um, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Like thankfully, like my stack size is actually really good versus sub 100k stacks. So like, um, there's gonna be 7 players in front of me that really can't call light at all against 3-bet shoves. So that's an advantage for me. Even
Right.
4-bet shoves. Like I have a stack that probably gets folds in some cases against 3-bets. Um, because of raise sizes. But uh, but yeah, like this is tournament poker. Like there is a survival above all else component to this, and I'm gonna be adhering to that.
Hell yeah. You got this. You got this. And for those,
I'll give you one
go
actually
ahead.
for perspective too, because I know right now, since what we're talking about, what was it? It wasn't the last one, but the one before last. I was on the table with the guy, right? He went all the way down to 1,000 chip. He goes all in, flips over aces, and then I want to say 20 hands later, he had the second biggest stack on the table. So you just got to keep pushing, bro. You got this, man. You got this. I'm gonna try and pull up to the horseshoe today. Let's see what we get into. Um, we're probably gonna change plans because, like I said, these guys aren't awake, and we've all kind of been wanting to go down and play at horseshoe anyway. So maybe today we do a deep stack
Oh, good.
or something like that. That'd probably be fun.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try and pull up on you, DMC. So do me a favor, bro, and shoot me your table info in a DM so we could pull up.
I will, yeah, I will. Download the WSOP Plus app if you haven't. Like that one lets you bring up all the player info and locations and stuff. But no, I'll hit you up on DM.
Hell yeah, bro. Let's go,
Perfect.
man. Let's get it.
Let's
Perfect.
fucking do it. Like what the fuck? I'm here. I got chips. I'm ready to
Hell
fucking
yeah.
win. You know?
Hell yeah.
Like jeez.
Hell
Oh,
yeah. Hell yeah. It
This
just
is
takes a
fucking poker footy.
couple flips.
Yeah,
absolutely.
no, I can win flips. I'll win 5 straight flips and fucking
Guess what?
bag above
Somebody's got to
average.
win them. Why can't it be you?
Yeah, no, not only why can't it, it will be, it can be.
Absolutely.
I've made day 3 before with above average chips. Like fuck, I'm not gonna let if the odds like balance out versus versus day 1, like I will have tons of chips. Like it was a crazy day variance wise,
Right.
in terms of the cards I was dealt, plus also the situations where there were 3 bets in front of me with hands that I absolutely would have 3-bet myself, but they weren't strong enough to 4-bet. So like that's not like ultra common where you know 8 out of 8 of my 3-betting hands for value were getting usurped by players in front of me. In this case, though, like I'm gonna have to 4-bet some of those spots today with my stack depth. So like I don't get to just wait
Right.
necessarily um, this time around. But like a king queen suited, for example, like that one really hurt because like it was one of the best hands I'd seen in so long, and it just got taken out from under me by a big 3-bet, and it's a really hard hand to 4-bet
Right.
shove. So
And
we'll get in there. We're gonna
guess
get our
what?
hands dirty today.
You live to see today because you folded that hand. So there you go.
Yeah, no. Well, that was a different one. Like that wasn't even the one late. But yeah, no. You'll see. You know, it's going to be at least a six-figure bag. Um, however, I am okay being wrong about that as long as there is a bag of some type.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And for those that have been following when I talk about my journey with Jax, part of it goes back to that ladies event in 2019 and before that, like I had, you know, and my issue with Jax is that I'm always being taken out of big spots when either I have pocket jacks or my opponents have pocket jacks. And it's kind of been a joke over the last however many years I've played poker. And one of the things coming out of that ladies event day one is that I actually had pocket jacks 5 times day one that saved my ass and got me doubled up and helped me stay in it to get to day two. And so it was very comical to be tweeting it, and all of my close friends that know all of the stories about pocket jacks, were just hysterical, sending me messages about winning with these pocket jacks. And then of course on day two, I wake up in the blinds with pocket jacks. And that's what took me out of that tournament. Ace King versus Ace 10 versus pocket jacks. And the gal that eventually won that tournament flopped trip kings on that flop. So took me out of that tournament pocket jack. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of fill people in on that because they always hear me talk about my journey with Jackson. That tournament was a big part of the story for sure. But DMC, I'm so glad you joined us, and we will definitely be railing you, and hopefully Isaac and the gang will be over there later and he can keep us updated on how your day two is going, buddy.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks everybody. I'm gonna hopefully do something special, but that's the plan.
Well, absolutely. Love that. Absolutely love it. And I want to go over the list of folks moving on to day two, and even some of them are already moving on to day three. Go ahead, exec deck, before I get started. Go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to say, yeah, best of luck today, DMC. Thanks for sharing. Great sounding experience there, and we're backing you all the way. I haven't got a chance to meet you yet, so might come up with Asimov and sit on the rail and cheer you on, buddy. So I know you're busy. Just wanted to chime in, and say good luck, and thanks for sharing.
No, please roll through. Honestly, like I feel like it's what I need to fucking mix up the runouts at this point. So yeah, roll
All
through
right, we're
100%.
there then. We're there for sure.
Hell yeah,
Do it up,
buddy.
man. Take it down.
Love that.
I will. Let's fucking go.
I love that so much. Let's fucking go. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go through a list of folks that I've been trying to gather the information. So if I've left somebody off, please let me know. Cuz it's even though some people are posting, some aren't. And I might run across their name when I'm running through the list of winners at the WSOP, and I'm trying to get who's still left in the main, who's moving on to day two of flight D today, who's moving on to date three that played yesterday. So if I've left somebody off, let me know. I don't care if they're a spacer or not. If they're a good friend of yours and you just want us to acknowledge them, let me know. We'll be happy to put them on the list. Go ahead, Isaac.
Yeah, I just want to say it's really dope seeing Reno do his thing right now. Um, he's been updating pretty constantly. Had pretty much a pretty like even stack though the whole way through so far. I think he's maintained about 168K or something like that.
He's actually good. He's on the list, of course. He has 187,000 going into day three.
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
which
That's
was
the right
awesome.
now. That's who I'm excited to see go is him and DMC. I don't know who else is in there
Well,
personally,
I'm
but I can't
about
wait
to
to hear
read
the
the
rest of them
list.
right now.
About to read the list. Okay, so Phil Lack has 167,000 moving into day two today. Aaron is Barone is moving on to day 3, and he has 198,500. Our spacer Ruben Costa has 218,000 moving into day 3. Bet on Drew. Drew has 147,000 going into today. Dennis Backus and Isaac, you may remember him. He was at the Sahara meetup game. He's moving on to day 2 today with 89,300. And of course, we were speaking with DMC, and he is moving on to today with 23,500 in chips. And he will be in blue 405. So if you're in that area, roll by and give him a little bit of support. Slay is moving on with 85,000. Haley Hannah is moving on to day 2 with 29,000, and she's in today's day 2. Jamie Fertuccio is moving on to today, day 2 today. She has 107,000. Big Hooney, of course, he's one of our Team Spacers members. He has 480,000 and will be moving on to day 3. Nicholas Rigby has 270,000. Will be moving on to day 3. Kenny Heller, who, of course, designed that spreadsheet we look at for tournament information, he has 258,000 and moving on to day 3. Josh Arie is moving on to today's day 2, and he has 176,000 in his stack. Ryan DePaulo has 137K and moving on to day 2 today. Ronnie Bardaw has 116,000 moving on to day 2 today. JJ Liu has around 200,000, and I believe that she's moving on to day 3, but I didn't have time to find that out. I checked a couple of places and couldn't figure it out. With the new site, it's really hard to gather information. Before, I could just go to one place, everybody was there. It was very easy to find out the information I was seeking. Kenna James, a good friend of our spaces, has 111,000. Moving on to day 2 today. Lucky Chewy, again a Team Spaces Spacers member, has 105,000. Moving on to day 2 today. The underdog moving into today's day 2 is Franco Spitelli, has 5,200 in chips. He's from Israel, and that is our underdog going into today. So good luck to Franco. May the chips run in your favor. It would be fun if that underdog could double up a couple of times and hang in there until day 3, just because they started today in, um, I'm sorry, um, in that underdog position. So good luck to everybody. Again, if you have any names you want to add to that list, let me know so we can include them in our daily reporting. Hopefully, they'll stop by and let us know. Um, I'm going to invite Aaron in case he wants to chat with us about his experience.
Man, you gotta stop getting like in my head, Sherry, because I literally just invited him when you said that.
Great minds think alike. Hey, Aaron, how are you?
Morning. I'm doing all right. I told myself the other day that I would not join a spaces until I've had coffee, and it's taken exactly one time for me to break that rule. So
Here we
I'll
are.
keep my speaking short. Yeah. But I also bagged for day 3, about 198 and a half, I think.
And just so you know, we did announce, I did have you on my list,
Oh,
so you came in after I read your name. But go ahead.
yeah. Sorry, sorry.
No, no, no.
I
I
wasn't
just want
sure.
you to know we didn't leave you off.
I
No
appreciate it.
worries.
Always like to be, within the cool kids party.
Hell yeah.
Um, And the last hour and a half of day 3, I was on the feature table, which I've never had that experience before. And for those who don't know, it's really hot. Like the lights make it surprisingly warm. Um, and that plus obviously the pressure of a 10K tournament, of being on a feature table, those sort of things. Um, I mean, for the first, I would say 3 or 4 hands, I was just like, all right, we just need to settle in. And thankfully, I adjusted pretty quickly and felt good. But
Good.
I think, I mean, I can understand how it can be really nerve wracking, especially to people who don't play poker as often as I do. You add that element to it. But overall, it was a really, really great experience, a fun time, and just looking forward to day 3 tomorrow.
Awesome. I am so happy for you that you know, did well. You feel good about your poker and moving on to day 3 tomorrow. And you have a nice stack, 198,000.
Yeah, definitely more than enough to be comfortable with. And depending on the table, the situation, I can either get really aggressive and try to add chips, or be cautious, if the situations don't present themselves. So really don't have to push anything,
Right.
and just a great situation to be in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead, Karen.
So, with regards to who's moving on, so do you know Nanutsa?
Yes.
She's moving on day 3, 60K stack. And then I have not heard about Mel. I feel bad. I've lost track. Do you know?
She lost yesterday.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
How many did you say Nan has in her stack?
She said 60.5K moving on to day 3.
Okay, thank you for that update.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. And I have not figured out if Scotty Wynn has moved on. I typed his name in, and I need to look at today's schedule and see if he's on today. I just ran out of time this morning, quite honestly, trying to track down the names and the chip stacks. But anyway, if anybody knows anything about Scotty Wynn, let me know, because I definitely would like to know that for sure. Because if he makes it to the final table, I promised him I'd come back to Vegas for that. So nothing would make me happier than that happening for sure. Oh, Lord. All right, Aaron, what are you doing today on your day off?
Not quite sure yet, but probably a whole bunch of nothing. Um,
Perfect.
yeah, I actually have to see if I can get an extra day at the hotel here. Um, so I booked this trip basically to go home on the uh 9th, and now that I'm playing on the 8th, I still could bust early in the 8th and go home on the 9th, but just to be safe, it's better I book an extra day and then potentially an extra flight. So I'm kind of doing that sort of uh logistical stuff today, which isn't fun, but obviously I don't want to be playing tomorrow and worry that, how am I where am I going to sleep and how am I going to get home? So I'm going to try to
Well,
figure that out.
the good news is that hotels in Vegas are a dime a dozen, and there's hundreds of flights that leave Vegas every day. So no worries. That all works out one way or another, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just know that when you book things last minute, it can get really expensive. And that said, if I keep running deep in the tournament, I should have enough money to pay the extra vig for a flight or a hotel room.
All right. 100%. I see Jack Ryan down there in the goo. Let your wife know that she won a T-shirt. I need an address to ship it to, please, Jack Ryan. Thanks. Appreciate you. All right, you guys. I'm going to go over some of the winners yesterday at the WSOP. Event number 83 was a $2,500 freeze out. There were 1,299 runners, and the winner was Gary Katz. Congratulations to him for winning his first bracelet, 449,000. And Bruno Drummond was in second place for 298,000. And of course, the Fabio of the poker world and my friend Preston McEwen took fourth place for 155,000. Um, Somebody said that he shoved really early, like within the first few hands of coming into that day, the final day. I don't know. I don't have all the deets, but anyway, he came in fourth place. A great, respectable run for sure. Event number 84 was the 1K no limit. It had 1,873 runners, 1.7 million in the prize pool, and ZDENEKZIZKA took it down. And be reminded that he is number 2 in the world of backgammon. So quite a talented gamer. He took home 232K. Sean Deeb went into yesterday leading the way and ended up in second place for 154,000, and Jeffrey Toney took third for 112K. So congratulations to all those winners. The ultimate stack flight 1A had 2,718 runners. 213 will go into day 2, and that is event number 85. And day 2 is going to be, I'm sorry, day 1B for that event is today at 10, and at 12 p.m. today is day 2, and the final day, I guess. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, day 2, flight D. So if you were in flight D, of course, today is your day 2 of the main event, and that's event number 81. So good luck, everybody who's playing today. Definitely wanted to get that out of the way so everybody knows what's going on at the WSOP. Anybody have anything they'd like to bring up? I'm going to start with exec deck.
No, not nothing specific. Thanks for the space as usual, and good luck to anybody playing on the felt today. And if you're in Vegas, hit us up on DM me or DM Asimov or Green Visor Gang, and have a drink and meet up and enjoy Vegas one more day. I think I'm gonna split tomorrow. I was hoping to stay an extra day if I went deep in the ultra, but gotta get back to normal life.
I hear you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sherry.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Karen Chess, anything?
No, just enjoyed the space and moving forward back into my normal routine.
I know that's right. Once you get caught up, it's the catch up part that is the rough part.
Make a MetaMask wallet today, Karen. Make
Oh,
a MetaMask wallet.
I gotta talk to you.
Nah, I got you. I got you. Cool enough is that
okay.
right now during the season we're actually on pause. So phase 4 is actually taking a break while we are. So we can get you all set up. That way when we get back into it, you still have another like month and a half that you can use your passes for.
Okay, good. So, yeah, so when I know you're still in Vegas, but whenever we can talk on the phone is going to be best.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, yeah. Shoot me a DM. I might actually take a good part of the day right now to do some things, touch a little bit of grass, reset, so that I can attack something later, go rail some of the homies. By the way, Aaron, good luck, bro. Good luck, bro. Run good. Um, Definitely want to go, give some love to the people over there and get myself to the WPT lounge. Unless we're late again, but we're gonna try to do it today.
Okay, I'm going to just give you a little thing, a little tidbit about that WPT Gold Rush Lounge. Somebody told me that it's been closed, but you can still head over there. Somebody's still sitting there handing out patches, is what I last heard yesterday. So if you figure that out, let me know so we can announce it tomorrow morning for sure.
You got
Uh,
it, you got it, and I'm definitely trying to stop by the poker.org lounge again. It's all love
yeah,
right there.
yeah. See if they're giving away anything we can snag for the meetup game.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
Go
many
ahead.
great people there. I'm pretty sure that won't be a problem.
No, that's right. Go ahead, exec deck.
I almost forgot. I tried to run over and get that book signed and get to that book signing, but I guess I got confused. I was listening to the space as I was signing up for the tournament yesterday, and I ran over to the big brick building, went up to the third floor, and there was no one there. I was like, oh no. And it was just during a break, so I had to run back, and sorry about that. But is that happening again anywhere today?
Okay, so I have no idea what the poker.org lounge has going on today. They try to do stuff every day. And so if you just happen to be in the neighborhood where that is and stop in and they have some books they're giving away, snag one or two for our meetup game that we can
You
give
got
away
it.
as prizes.
You
That'd
got
be
it.
great. And I
I
appreciate
tried.
you. I
Sorry.
know. And I appreciate you. When I read your text, I was like, no, he ran all the way. If anybody knows anything about where the old red building is, it's not like it's like 20 feet. It's across that big food area in front of the horseshoe. So I appreciate your effort. Unfortunately, he got the poker.org lounge mixed up with the WPT lounge, and easy to do for sure. But I appreciate your effort, Exec Deck. I'm sorry about that.
I'll try better.
No, you tried wonderfully, and you know what? You got your blood pumping for the tournament. You can say that
I
for
did. I was running down the back alley in the hot sun, and
it.
oh well.
Oh well, best. Thank you for trying, though.
Thanks, of
Appreciate you
course.
for sure. Aaron, anything you'd like to add before we finish up here, buddy?
Nope. Just to echo what was said earlier, good luck to everybody playing today, and take care.
Thank you for that. And good luck to you tomorrow if we don't get a chance to speak to you before you play day 3. Um, Isaac, anything you'd like to add, buddy?
Man, just be good to yourselves. Be good to those around you. And good luck to everybody playing. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Love that. And I see we have some, when Michael's down there and the Believers and Ryan Robb and Jack Ryan and SP and Sandy Joy. D-Man, appreciate you guys. Barry, Karen, Exec Deck, all of you. Aaron, Isaac, appreciate all of you. You guys know I do. If you're listening at a future time, I appreciate you as well. Everybody have a great day. If you're playing, good luck. If you're not, get out and touch the grass. Enjoy your day. Get off of fucking social media, people. Enjoy life. You only have one to live. Thank you, everybody. Bye.